What's up, world? It's your boy Hayden Dinsdale coming at you live from Melbourne in Australia once again. And in this video today, I'm going to address one of Google's most asked questions: how to improve yourself. Up next. So just the other day, I was having a little scroll on Google's search tool, and I, out of my own curiosity, was looking up the most commonly asked questions. Now, there's some stuff on there you don't want to see, but for the most part, a lot of it's G-rated, and it's all revolving around how to improve yourself in some way. Questions like how to improve yourself, how to improve your personality, how to get girls to like you, how to be more charismatic, how to be more kind. These are all the questions that kept popping up. Just try it yourself. Type in how to and then press a letter and see what pops up. And I'm looking through these answers and it got me thinking, obviously, and I know this because I read a lot of personal development type books and all that. I'm in this world, this is what I'm doing. But personal development and growth is very important to people. This is why you might be potentially watching this video right now. You may be looking for something that can help you out in some way. The first thing I want to address is this. When we are looking for answers to improve ourselves, we are essentially, in a subconscious way, disempowering ourselves. Because we're admitting that we're not enough. We're saying to ourselves that we're not already enough because we're looking for something to grow. On the flip side, we as people value progress and we understand that being better in certain areas can lead to us attracting more opportunity, to getting the girl that you like, to all the good stuff, all the good stuff. But here's what I want to say before I say anything or give any tips. You have to already be content with where you're at. Be content with your baseline. Work to improve the baseline over time, but be content with it for the moment. And just enjoy the process of getting to wherever you're going, okay? There's just so much out there. There's so much advertising, whether it is in the fashion world. You've got all these amazingly good-looking people telling you that you need to buy these things to be better looking. And there's just always things. The film clips you watch on TV, a lot of it is image-based. Now, if you're looking for image tips, I'm not the guy. I literally wear like look at these. This is a jumper. This used to be my mate's, who I got it off him in Canada maybe 7 years ago, and he'd already been wearing it for like 5 years. So I'm not the guy to ask about fashion tips or looking good. But I guess I have an idea when it comes to certain things around relationships, how to build relationships with people, and how to be, and this is based off the feedback I get from people. One of the most common responses I receive from people watching these videos is that I seem very natural on camera and that I come across as being charismatic, very personable. And it's a weird thing for me to hear because I never thought of myself that way, but I'm getting used to it. But what I can say is this: if in any way, shape or form you're looking to improve your personality, your way with women, your charisma, all that sort of stuff, you don't have to look any further than to the people you are attracted to or by. It's called modeling. It's been done forever. And I'm not talking about modeling in front of a camera. I'm talking about modeling someone else's path, just the way that Arnold Schwarzenegger did when he was on his way to becoming Mr. Olympia. He was modeling a gentleman named Reg Park, who was a very well-known bodybuilder before him. And all he did was he followed the steps. What is Reg doing? What is he eating? How often is he working out? And then eventually he produced a similar, well, better result. He was 7 or 8 time Mr. Olympia and all that other stuff that goes along with it. But I do this in my daily life. All I do is I just look at people and I think to myself, judged based on how they treat me. I'm like, is this a person that I want to be more like? Great, if they are, I'll surround myself with that person more often. If they're not, if they don't have those qualities that I resonate with or that I'm not aspiring to have more of, I will probably just keep them as an acquaintance rather than inviting them into my really close circle. So, to improve yourself, 1, model. If you see something in someone that you like, take it, use it. If you see something that you don't like, acknowledge that that's probably something inside yourself. This is called mirror theory. There is something inside yourself that you don't like because you do that. So identifying that. So that would be the second piece of advice. And I think the third piece would be how to improve yourself. I would just say this. Create habits. Instill habits that are going to eventually produce a result. If the result is to be a golfer, a pro golfer, model someone like Tiger Woods and do the habits that he did to get to where he was. Don't go banging your housewife or who did he bang? He banged someone. Bang is a weird word. He had sex. He was an adulterer. Don't do that bit, because that's not cool. But do the golf swing bit. Maybe have some parents that are controlling and dictate your entire life so that you've got no other choice but to become the best golfer in the world. Maybe that's the answer. I kid. But instill habits each and every day. Do the things that you want to do to get you to where you want to be. Because anytime you look at something in its final state, you need to understand that what got the person there, or what created that achievement, was probably not pretty. I can think of, straight off the top of my head, I'm friends with a guy who was swimming on Ian Thorpe's team. He swam with Ian Thorpe and Michael Klim at the Pan Pacifics whenever it was, 12, 13 years ago. He was an Olympic level swimmer. He's told me his routine. He's told me how hard he had to train to get to that level, and is waking up at 3 every morning, swimming laps and laps and laps and laps, doing more than the person next to you. That's how you get there. It's not pretty, and it's usually painful, but in the end, it is so, so worth it. So bringing it back to improving yourself. If you want to be a better speaker, speak more. Find a way to practice that skill. That's one of the things I love about doing these videos. It's making me a better speaker. I have to learn to convey messages clearer so people get it. I tend to have in my everyday life quite a slack tongue and a lot of Aussie slang. And not everybody picks up on that. That is why I have to enunciate sometimes. So I love it for this reason. So what is it for you? Do you want to be a better speaker? Do you want to be a better lover? Maybe study the Tantra scriptures. I don't know what it is, but that's what it takes. So model people and create good habits and know that you are already where you're meant to be. You're where you're meant to be for this moment. There's no problem with striving for something greater, but just don't wait to be happy and don't wait to be fulfilled, because that'll be a never-ending race. Once again, I'm Haydn Dinsdale. This is my channel, and if you know what's good for you, you should probably subscribe.